What's going on YouTube? It's A-Trot11 back here with another video. Today we're going to take another look at what I want to see in next year's game. We talked about the UI, we talked about gameplay, and now we're going to dive into content. This is going to be a fun conversation, so if you like what you see in this video, please hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're new here, and hit the notification bell so you know every time I post one of these. Before we get into it though, I want to say that the content this year was not bad by any stretch. We all know, as do they, that games in the past, like 18, had the community in a weird spot they didn't want to be in, and the content's been getting better every year. The art style and the cards in this game is always fantastic, and in this video I want to touch on programs and where they can go with the programs, as well as little things they can do in the programs and attribute progression that they can go deeper into the game cycle every year. And with all that said, let's start off with the featured inning programs. So we've had these inning programs for about 3 years now, starting in 19, and it's still a good concept. I like how we get a choice pack of 3 bosses at a certain point in the program, and the concept of henchman packs. However, early in the game cycle, these cards are all hard to use. If you're like me, who has no money spent, you want to go after these collections as soon as possible, and I always end up with selling the first couple bosses because I want my collection rewards because they're more important to my team. Most of the time, the first couple bosses don't have a ton of impact for very long in the ranked seasons because the early Team Affinity cards can rival what the program guide does. And I know that we can't have super juice cards right out of the gate, but 91 to 93 overall cards are hard to get excited about. Here we are getting close to November of this year, and we still don't have the best Andrew Jones card yet. They always wait to drop a guy like him until late in the year, so why not try him out early in the year so people can try him out? In my opinion, the first bosses should be in the 95 overall range, which would make them effective for a while but not overpowering. And since the XP reward path system got streamlined into these programs, higher overall bosses would make up for the rewards we didn't get in the smaller packs like 99 Kluber in 20 and 99 Kershaw in 19. Daily moments were a great feature to Diamond Dynasty. No matter how you feel about the game, these moments still gave you something new to play every day, even if it doesn't take very long. They used this program format as a way to add more evolution cards to the game, which was one of my biggest asks for this year's game since we didn't see many last year. Getting a decent card for earning 25 daily moment points is also fun because it gives you a reason to get on every day, and that's what this game needs. I hope they keep doing this and expanding on it for next year because I think it's a great idea. Team Affinity used to be known as Team Epics before 19, and they didn't used to be all that great. Last year was the first year we had multiple tiers of Team Affinity, and they added even more to that this year, as TA5 is expected to be coming out soon at the time of recording this. Since every team gets a nice diamond card, it keeps all baseball fans excited to see what their team might get next when a new stage. They always seem to hit the nail on the head with this one, and I hope they get even more creative with it next year. Team Affinities are probably the best thing to grind in this game for good players, packs, and stubs, and the community seems to love it. Moving on to player programs, I think they can maybe use some work. In my opinion, these programs are just for players who aren't the legendary big-name studs for the most part. The only programs I really liked out of all these were the All-Star Game program, the Field of Dreams program, and the postseason ones that have dropped so far. I'm also kind of concerned that we didn't see any announcement for Extreme content yet, because the Extreme program always had some good rewards in it for modes that actually challenge you offline, which I tend to like. If I have to grind offline for something, I prefer that I don't have to beat the CPU on Rookie or Veteran over and over again like Conquest. I like the challenge of going after these teams on Hall of Fame for a card like 99 Lou Gehrig that we got last year for Extreme. I think in order to make this better, that you can use the player programs for a few bigger names and use players in these programs for henchman packs, BR silvers and golds, and stuff like that. Most of the time, I only play these programs for XP and not the player item, which in a perfect world would be the other way around. Monthly awards are always a cool program to me because it highlights the best players in a given month of the baseball season. That's why they're called monthly awards. My favorite part of these programs is that we get juiced up versions of live series cards so that we can put a current player on our roster instead of having all legends. Now don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing, but I like to see a little bit of both on my team because I'm still in my 20s, I haven't seen a ton of these players in person yet, and I love to throw these guys that I have seen on my team to add more flair to online games. The Lightning cards are always insane, especially toward the end of the year. I love the bat skins they gave us in these programs, and this is truly the first year I used most of the Lightning cards all year long. That's how good most of them were. I hope they follow the same formula again because they used it this year and last, because it's not too hard to grind and the community seems to really enjoy them when they drop each month. Let's talk about parallels, which low-key are my favorite addition to the show this year. I liked the Prestige in 20, but I thought it took way too long to get all the stats online. But this year, we can take our favorite cards into offline modes to get them to have these boosts. And the best part of the system was, any card in the game could be used for this. I have a couple commons I have to parallel to from the Moonshot event, which I feel is absolutely awesome. And those specific rare people who have a 1 of 1 on a card they feel even more special because it makes you feel like you're collecting some rare baseball cards, but they're in a video game. And if you're looking to parallel some cards faster, I have a video on this channel. Go check that out for me if you would. It's pretty good. You'll have good tips there. And I think they absolutely nailed this concept this year, and I can't wait to see what they bring next year with this. To wrap this all up, content in MLB The Show is one of my favorite parts of this game to talk about and analyze. I love seeing what's coming and playing it out to use in online games, and content is one of the most talked about things in this community by far. I wanted to make this video to talk about the best things and some things that can be improved, so let me know what you think in the comment section. What can be changed about the content? What do you like the most about it? Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button on your way out. Hit that bell so you can see more, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out.